I think taking a hammer to it is still, still excessive.
It's not. I'm saying it's not excessive. I'm just saying it's a challenge that most modern consoles wouldn't pass.
They wouldn't, would they?
No. I mean, I could see you'd probably try it on an Xbox or a PS5, but that would involve being able to get one.
Maybe a Wii U. That might survive an attack with a hammer.
Well, to be honest, the Wii U would probably ask for death.
I'm pretty sure my youngest stood on the gamepad bit trying to climb up on something.
You mean the actual main part?
Yeah, it was right on the screen, his heel right on the screen, as he's pushing himself up. Completely fine, no. Not a thing wrong with it.
Oh no!
And yet you look at a Joy-Con and he gets drifting all over the place. It's ridiculous.
Are we getting set to go then?
I suppose we should.
Obviously, we're into video game chat, so of course we are. So of course we're ready for a wrestling podcast.
It's descended into madness already, and that's before we get to the show with 18,000 matches on it.
Welcome to the Conquistabores. Tonight, the Conquistabores go head-to-head in a battle over the Stars and Stripes for WrestleMania VII. Covering their eyes with a bag tonight, the model Phil Doyle, the Texas Tornado Cameron Phillips, the Macho King Euan Taylor, and Geordie Alan Milburn. Only tonight on the Conquistabores.
Is Alan still there?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, okay.
What is
quiet in the background there?
Oh,
He's drunk, that's what he is. He's not quiet.
Did you get to the pub tonight, Al?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you still there? Are you talking
How
from the
coy
corner?
was that?
Well,
yes, I did,
name and
Cameron.
address before we start recording this podcast for track and trace.
Can we check and see what food is being prepared in another room?
Al,
Oh dear.
have you eaten?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm rather
Oh, okay.
Because last time this happened, a bacon sandwich just miraculously appeared 5 minutes in.
No, there's no food today. I do like my food, but none today.
Really? Couldn't tell.
This is going to be a train wreck. Strap in, folks.
Anyway, right.
Anywho.
We're all ready to go.
Yes, we are.
Of course we are.
Shall we begin?
Let us begin at the beginning, because that's where you begin.
We go straight. Yeah, we have to go straight into this one because it's how many matches?
14.
14.
Jesus Christ!
And it's
No,
half
he
an
can't
hour
help
already.
us.
Yeah, he lost in the dark match.
Well, actually, the dark match was Booker Beware beat the Brooklyn Brawler.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's
cool.
awesome.
That's a segue, folks.
So, A, what we doing, and B, whose fault is it?
We are doing
Cameron.
WrestleMania 7, and it's my fault.
World Wrestling Federation Champion Sergeant Slaughter versus the Immortal Hulk Hogan. Face to face. It's WrestleMania.
But you make it sound like a bad thing.
Cameron, this had 14 matches on it.
Yeah, I didn't realise that at the time.
No, one of them was a dark match. It's only got 13 matches. Oh, no, hang on. It's 15 matches. The dark.
Yes, Al.
Yeah,
Numbers
it's
go
14
up the more you
matches
add to them.
on-
You don't
on
take
network,
numbers
isn't it?
away.
Cameron, what did we say last? What did I prove last week about number of matches correlating to the quality of a pay-per-view?
Well, I think this bucks this trend.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yes.
wow.
You're
I
in for
do.
disappointment, Cameron.
All right, okay, fair enough. All right. Fair enough.
He just said, just wait on a second on the fact that Cameron used the words "buck this trend" when referring to WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
Well, start off with you. You're the captain this week, Cameron. So
Right.
Captain,
Okay.
my captain.
Right, yeah, captain, my captain. Of all the captains, I'm still the captain. Right, allow me a few seconds to compose myself.
No,
And
get going.
we're just going, yeah. There we go. Right,
course
it
we are.
is March the 24th. It's 1991. And we are in Los Angeles, California at the Memorial Sports Arena. We were supposed to be in the slightly larger venue across the street, but apparently a bomb scare, in inverted commas, means we have to move here. It was nothing to do with ticket sales,
No.
nothing at all. No.
It was
course
nothing
not.
to do with the fact that, they were doing an anti-USA character and they were perhaps afraid somebody might do something.
Actually, genuinely trying. Yeah, aye, exactly. We get Growly Vince, which is always a fantastic thing to do.
I love the intro to
It
this.
is brilliant.
It's pretty good.
Brilliant.
Because, there's a bit where I think Vince is doing the talk about Sergeant Slaughter, and then he just growls.
World Wrestling Federation Champion.
Yeah, for no reason.
He just goes like, "Arrgh!" Not even like, no kind of. He doesn't even say any words. He just growls. It's like, what the hell? It's brilliant. I've just written down stunning exclamation mark.
Yes.
That's
what it is. So I think we could agree we've already kicked off amazingly.
Yeah, it's a good start. I was watching it with my son, and he pointed out something that was what I thought was actually quite good. You know when Sergeant Slaughter and Hogan are kind of facing each other,
Yeah.
like gurning at each other, basically. He pointed out their chins fit together. The way their faces kind of go, you can you can push them together like two Tetris pieces. They just slot together perfectly. As Hogan's chin goes out, it kind of goes into where Slaughter's chin goes in, and they just kind of fit.
That is an amazing
Two things
observation.
together.
Is it
Yeah,
like
stunned.
is it an optical illusion with two faces, but it's actually a candlestick?
Yeah, it's like is it Wolverine or Batman? No, it's Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter.
In this case, it's a needle of steroids it turns into.
Right. Oh, well, never mind.
So, to be fair, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we are off to a very good start. We're off to an even better start when Willie Nelson sings. the
Oh,
national
God,
anthem.
really now. Well, you say sings.
America, America, God shed his grace on thee.
Do you think they could get any more wrestling merchandise on them?
Yes. I can still see skin.
Shoulder pads. I'm very sure he's got Hulk Hogan boxer shorts on. He literally wears the concession stand when he comes to the ring.
That's what he was getting paid in, so he took everything he could.
Probably, yeah.
Has he got a pair of Bret Hart's glasses on, and a Hulk Hogan bandana and a belt? And I can't remember
belt
whose
was
t-shirt he's got
terrible.
No, the
on.
belt was amazing.
Are you trying to tell me that Willie Nelson doesn't usually walk around his house with a replica championship belt on?
Oh, Bret Hart sunglasses, yes.
Oh, Bret Hart's
I wrote down Willie Nelson's trying out to be a WWE Shop Zone model.
So he's
Oh,
he's like Doc
incredible.
Hendricks before Doc Hendricks came on the board. That's what he is. But yeah, I had to go back a couple times and go, what is that belt he's wearing? I was like, right up to the TV going, that's not like the kid's belt, is it? They didn't put the kid's belt round him. They've not even given a proper replica. They just given him the kid's foam belt.
Well, to be fair,
Pushed him
kids are
out
gonna
through the curtain.
Kids are going to see Willie Nelson and go, that man's cool, he's wearing all that cool merchandise. I must
He
buy all
must
that
be cool.
merchandise.
What is that smell of marijuana? Where's that coming from?
Now.
But how do you follow Willie Nelson doing the national anthem? How do you follow that, Cameron?
You follow it by having Hacksaw Jim Duggan on commentary.
Yes!
It's great to be here, Gorilla. You can feel it. Everybody's ready. It's the big one. That's every match in WrestleMania of Blockbuster.
No. Before we get to the commentary of Mr. Duggan, let's speak about his outfit.
He likes a flag, doesn't he? Oh,
He's in
Rose.
full Uncle Sam gear.
Yes, yeah.
Because they're pushing this thing because there's flags all dotted around the stadium, all around the arena, aren't they? All kind of in the crowd on the banners and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then all the rest of the flags, Hacksaw's wearing,
Pretty much.
along with a ridiculously oversized top hat.
The top hat makes it fair. Now, I've spoke about my disdain for Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but the oversize of that hat was just superb.
But on this occasion, I was like, I've kind of written down how when you're worried about an abusive parent coming on, it's like, wait, he's doing commentary. They're letting Duggan do commentary. Oh my God, no!
Uncle Jim's coming to dinner. Quick, hide the cutlery.
It's
Quick, hide the
also
microphone.
for a commentary for the Rockers versus Haku and the Barbarian, which it kind of like none of them really have anything to do with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
No.
I don't quite know why.
No.
Obviously, the only reason he's doing commentary is because Bobby the Brain Heenan is manager of Haku and Barbarian, and he obviously is otherwise engaged this opening match.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the period before Brain moves fully over to the booth, isn't it? He's still like
He's still doing stuff.
And I've written down like Sean Mooney and the Rockers. Is there anything more early 90s than that?
I don't think so.
Not at all, apart from Pogs.
Oh God, Pogs! They were the good old days.
What if Sean Mooney was on a
damn
Pog?
things.
I'm going to check that right now. Sean Mooney Pog. A must
Right,
be surely.
gentlemen, we've still got 14 matches.
Shh, quiet you.
We're talking about Pogs.
This is important.
So,
Carry on. I'll Google.
whilst you're doing that, Phil, I'll carry on and review you. Right. What did we reckon to this opening tag team contest?
It was basically a showcase for the Rockers, and I think they did everything they could, considering their opposition, to make this somewhat watchable.
No, I'm disagreeing with you. And I think all four guys did really well, and it was much more than an acceptable opener. I thought it was a very, very good opener.
All right, then.
I really enjoyed it, if that's any consolation.
I mean, the Rockers are good. Haku's pretty good. Barbarian is like,
He's the weak link.
he's a beefy man, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
Well, it is the Rockers' sort of speed and ability and aerial prowess versus the absolute power and just downright $2 stake toughness of Haku.
Yeah.
And I think it works really, really well as a match.
Yeah, but like the best bits are really when like Barbarian hits people very hard and they fall over.
Well, I did enjoy that because, you know me, I do like beef.
Two bits of beef just hitting each other just really hard.
Yep,
I think it's the last hurrah for the Rockers. That's kind of the last high-profile match for the Rockers.
Well,
I was going to
break
ask
up.
Coming off.
So the Survivor Series, they break up? Like this year?
Yeah, this is the last kind of big match where they're like a cohesive team,
Yeah.
And then the kind of
Start sowing the seeds.
Yeah, for the rest of the year kind of thing, yeah.
I suppose,
one,
because Shawn Michaels is healed by the time WrestleMania 8 rolls around, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's proper HBK with Sherry, isn't he?
Yeah, he's yeah.
This just reminded me of back in the day when WWE could actually build a storyline over a series of months, not over a series of minutes, and still fuck it up because they forgot what they did 20 minutes ago.
Because a borderline crazy man just changes his mind like 10 minutes into a show and goes, no, we'll do something else.
Yes. Oh, now we sell tacos. We're a wrestling show. No, we're selling tacos now.
Is the finish a high crossbody?
It is.
It's Shawn Michaels' high crossbody to pin Haku, I think.
Haku, yeah.
After a rather impressive double drop kick to Barbarian. It's mostly Marty's getting his arse kicked and he takes all the rap for it and then gets the hot tag to Shawn. And it's really, really good. We get... So I've got notes on here that just says I haven't credited to anyone and I can't remember who said it, but I've never conducted an interview in a men's locker room before.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Gene, I'm excited.
Well, Marla, what can I say? I guess I just have that effect on women in general.
Well, to tell you the truth, Gene, I'm excited because I don't know what to expect. I've never conducted an interview in a men's locker room before.
Well, it can get a little steamy in there. I know that.
Is it the celebrity guests?
Yes, which is Regis from Regis Kathy Lee.
Yep.
Who's the
Alex
woman?
Trebek, host of Jeopardy, and and Marla Maples. I had to look up who this was.
Should we look for
I have no idea. Hang on.
This is a game show. I could be wrong.
I still don't know who that's. Marla Maples. Hold on. Marla Maples is Donald Trump's ex-wife.
Wow.
Oh, ow.
Got divorced in 1999.
Well, she's not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm pretty sure Mean Gene is like borderline inappropriate during this whole sequence with her.
No, don't be silly.
And then like he's talking about Alex Trebek. He says, he's my very close friend, and then he can't pronounce Trebek's surname.
Next up, a guy who's got all of the answers, Jeopardy's own Alex Trebek, my very dear, close, personal, long-time friend.
Yeah.
My very close friend, Alex Trebek. It's like, oh, Gene.
It's an awkward time to have a stroke.
Of all the time to be a little bit rubbish on the mic, the one time. Well, that's like, oh god, we got 70 people knocking around. This doesn't really bode well because celebrity people knocking around never bodes well on the WrestleMania.
No, if anything, I was going to say WrestleMania is the example of that, where it was just basically the Republican National Conference for a few hours.
Yeah. Apart from that one, the guy blew the smoke in Piper's face. I think that's the one good celebrity person in a WrestleMania.
Martin Downey Jr.
That's it.
There we go.
That was good. The rest I'm not sure about.
Yeah. Now, we were discussing how the celebrities that are on show here were a bit dodgy. I don't think I'm going to be off mark by any way whatsoever.
I'm just going to interrupt a second. Cameron appears to have vanished.
Oh,
is he? Couldn't even tell.
Let's just start talking about Hogan Slaughter, and when he comes back, you think we've finished the whole thing.
I don't think he's going to believe that.
so then it was a leg drop, and then it was it.
I'm back only on Discord, so...
Mr.
Phillips.
He's back, there he is.
Drop, and then Hogan got the 1-2-3, and that was your main event.
Al's attempting humour, just ignore him.
Did we get to Dino Bravo versus Texas Tornado?
I was just leading on
next.
to that when I was saying that I criticised the first match, but I don't think I'm going to be alone in criticising this match. This match was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
well, I liked it.
A running theme of the evening, though, is if a match is terrible during this show, it never usually sticks around for too long.
That's true. That is very true. This only went 3 minutes. And
exactly,
basically,
3 minutes.
Anyway, this is a significant match.
Go on then.
It marks Dino Bravo's final pay-per-view appearance.
Based on this, I'm kind of glad about that.
Because you know what? I watched the Dark Side of the Ring Series 2 is now on on all 4.
Oh, yeah.
So I got around to watching the Dino Bravo episode, and oh boy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he's a life.
I think they said that he was shot like 7 times in the face and shot 7 times in the body and 11 times in the head or something ridiculous like that. It was insane.
Yeah, he got lit up pretty well.
They obviously watched this match.
Yeah, as well, a Von Erich fan, like, you can't beat him.
Oh, God.
But isn't it better, like, Brain back on commentary, though? Already, I think that kind of lifts the match up a little bit, though.
Oh,
yeah.
I like Dino Bravo. I thought he was a good wrestler.
He was a good wrestler, but by the time 1992 came around, his time was up.
I just think this match wasn't bad for 3 minutes or whatever it was. You can't say it's terrible for 3 minutes, you know? It doesn't stick around very long.
I totally forgot that they gave Kerry Von Erich this bizarre claw move.
Oh, yeah.
It was the setup for the tornado punch, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
did he always have it? Like back before he was in WWE?
I think he had it in Texas.
Did he?
I think he did. I'm almost sure that was his finisher when he was down in...
Wasn't it his dad's old finisher or something?
I think so, yeah. I think it's like a Von Erich pass-down finisher.
Oh, man.
So that's down to more Weber.
When you put it on, like, it does, like, if the other person doesn't kind of...
Sell it?
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of, like visually, it looks similar to the, like, Mr. Socko or something, you know? You just, you're just holding another person's head, basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
But it kind of relies on the other person, like, you know, when like Foley would put on the Rock and like the Rock's arms are flying in everywhere and he's like really kind of setting it kind of works. But when you just kind of stand there just going, my head hurts, it doesn't really look that spectacular.
Part of the reason not that in the mandible claw Mick Foley was essentially shoving his beclothed fingers down your neck.
Well, there is that.
Whereas with a sort of Texas tornado claw, it's just basically he's gripping lightly onto your temples.
Yeah. Not lightly, with great pressure, Cameron, to cause a submission.
With great pressure. Sorry.
But then after that, it's like discus punch and done, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a spinning tornado and done.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nice little sort of distraction. But as this is be a recurring theme of the night. If the match is not that great, it never usually hangs around for too long to cause great offence. Mm-hmm. In my argument for this one.
Speaking of great offence, let's go to Slick.
Oh boy.
It takes a whole pack of dogs to put the Warlord down.
Like with 2 matches into this match, and I was like, just got me thinking, like, this is when the WWF had managers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because so far we've had Brain, we've had Slick. I'm pretty sure we get, Mount of the South comes out shortly. There's like pretty much one in every match.
Bravo. No, he was out with Dino Bravo, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's out with Dino Bravo, wasn't he? So it's pretty much like every heel comes out with a manager near enough.
Every heel has a manager, and it's usually split between Slick and the Brain and Jimmy Hart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it seems to be just three of them running the business as far as that's concerned. Obviously, face wrestlers can conduct their own business affairs.
Obviously.
Yes, because you don't need fairly speak.
Because they're not smart, are they? They're not smart to get a manager in to help them. That's what it is.
Not really. What are you saying now?
Yeah.
Bulldog's got his dog.
Yeah, Bulldog talks to his dog.
There you go.
Yes, that's Winston.
With great kind of, he's like approached for an interview and he seems to just be chatting away to the dog.
Well, to be fair, we know the story of the Bulldog, so he was probably in an altered state during this interview and match. So the fact he's talking his dog in great detail, hardly a surprise.
That probably explains his last line, because like when he goes, he's like,
What's that? What?
No, wait a minute.
Winston wants me to tell the warlord there is no bull in this British Bulldog.
I'll be doggone. Let's get back to ringside for more action.
how pleased with himself does he look? How pleased with himself is he?
I think he does, yeah. I think that must have been like a bet, but I fit that into the promo.
I think that in last second.
Well, this is Davey Boy Smith's first singles match on pay-per-view. Anyway, yeah.
Because had he been away for a little while before this?
Yes, he rejoined. He left at Survivor Series 88, and he rejoined just the back end of 1990.
Yeah, I was thinking there was a little period where the Bulldogs went out, and then he kind of came back in with the dreadlocks and the not dreadlocks, with the whatever's in his hair. I can't remember what it's called.
The braids, yeah.
The braids. Thank you. That's it. And like the kind of Union Jack trousers and stuff, wasn't it? That kind of repackaged look for him.
He was basically the British Hacksaw.
That is true.
Do you think he had a top hat somewhere?
Winston was wearing it.
A massive Isambard Kingdom Brunel style top hat. It'd be really, really impressive if you managed to like open the top of it and the dog came out.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would have been amazing.
It'd be better than what they do with the dog. He's like on a box next to the stage with some guy holding him there.
Yeah.
It's not nice for the dog.
Well,
was he called Winston, the dog?
Winston, yeah.
How popular the Bulldog was in this.
He gets a big pop when he comes
out.
He
gets a massive pop, to be fair. Monsoon has possibly the truest thing about this match, in which he says, "Don't look for any flying head scissors," which is true.
Well, it's two giant trees trying to kill each other.
Yeah, it's essentially just hoss battle.
Yeah.
But again, I think they put on a pretty good match.
They did. I like this one.
The logic in this story, in this match, is the fact that the Warlord, no one's ever broken out of the Warlord's full Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah. So
obviously the entire match is going to be based on him trying to break, and you're kind of thinking Bulldog's going to break out the full Nelson.
Yeah.
he's gonna bust it out.
Yeah, I mean, I really wasn't looking forward to this because, like, the Warlord, you know, he hasn't got the best reputation, has he, as a worker?
No.
But here, like, I don't know if it's Bulldog or if it's just like he just suddenly has like a really good night, but they get a really good match out of it, don't they?
Yeah, it's a genuinely good match, this one. It is like two powerhouses going completely at it. In the opening few minutes, they're basically just like, there's 4 shoulder charges by the Bulldog to get Warlord off his feet. Warlord gets a fantastic looking standing belly to belly in at one stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wrote that down as well.
Well, it's got
how about the he does a pin reversal by flexing his guns? That was good.
Yep. I enjoyed that.
He's like crouched on Bulldog, just like flexes his guns out of a pin or something. It's like, yes, yes, Warlord.
For the end of the match, the full Nelson is applied.
Mm-hmm.
But I think crucially, and I didn't at the time, I was a bit like, oh, is that a mistake? Or he's just not got it applied properly. But they make a point that the Warlord can't link the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can't.
So therefore, has he got all of it in? But then Bulldog breaks out of what he's got of the hold. And then we get the running power slam for Bulldog's winning 3 count.
But we get, I mean, the power to lift the Warlord.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, like he just gets him up, and he gets him up and does like a proper power slam, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he does.
I liked this match so much. All 5 pay-per-views in '91 featured the Bulldog versus the Warlord.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah. They met in the Royal Rumble. This match. SummerSlam, they're on opposite sides of a 6-man tag. Survivor Series, they're on different sides in the Survivor Series match. And Tuesday in Texas, they have a rematch singles match, yeah.
Huh.
There you go.
Nice.
Now, they must be sick of it, because by the time we came to the Royal Rumble 92, they decided to make one guy 1 and one guy 30. So there was no way they were going to be.
True, yeah, actually, yeah.
So how long was the Warlord around for? I don't remember him being around much longer than this, though.
In singles.
Yeah, because did he go back into a tag then?
No, about another year. After this, yeah, he became a singles guy round about WrestleMania 6 when he changed
the powers of plane split.
Yeah, when he had the Phantom of the Opera kind of mask on.
Oh,
then he was in Royal Rumble. He was in Royal Rumble 92, and he might have been gone by the time WrestleMania 8 rolled around.
Yeah, I don't remember him from WrestleMania 8 onwards. No,
it says his final match is April 17th, 1992. So that probably would have been like just before it, wouldn't
it? Just after us. Is it April 5th, WrestleMania 8, something like that?
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think because him being in the Powers of Pain, they were quite a big team, weren't they? They kind of pushed up there alongside with Demolition, and I suppose when they split, you're kind of expecting like a big push for him, but like him and Barbarian just kind of like started strong, but just kind of tapered off pretty quick, didn't they? Because Barbarian's already back into a tag team at this point, so.
Right.
But yeah, that was I wasn't expecting much in this because of the Warlord, but I was pleasantly surprised.
No, it was decent. I think the opening 3 matches have been, ranging from decent to good.
And then you get Slick healing it up, saying Bulldog was hooked the tights at the end.
Ah,
yeah.
Cheating bastard.
I know. Are we going to the promos next after this?
What, the Nasty Boys just shouting at Mean Gene?
The Nasty Boys shouting at Mean Gene, and the Hart Foundation just shouting as well, mostly with Anvil. And
although we do get a great bit when Anvil goes, "Tell him, Hitman."
And that's exactly where you guys are, is right at the bottom. If you think you're going to take the tag belts of the World Championship, Hart Foundation, tell him, Hitman. That's right.
Yep.
Which is always my favourite part of a promo, when someone goes, "Tell him, other person who stood next to me."
Yeah. And then it's just like, "We don't think you're nasty, we think you're scum," says Bret Hart.
It's like, so apparently there's a scale of terribleness, and scum is apparently above nasty, which kind of makes sense.
It kind of makes sense a little bit, yeah, a little bit. But yeah. So we get the tag team title match of the Hart Foundation, who go into this as champions, against the Nasty Boys.
I think it's interesting this was like so early in the show.
Do you want a little fact?
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, this is one of them, again, stories from the internet, so I don't know how true it is. But originally, 2 other teams apparently had been promised this spot, the Nasty Boys spot, because we all know the titles are going to Legion of Doom pretty much down the line. So they just basically needed a transitional champion to take it off the Hart family, because you couldn't possibly have a face versus face type thing back in then.
No.
So you had to have a heel team to take it off the Hart's ear and then drop it at SummerSlam. Now, originally, apparently, according to internet law, Rhythm and Blues were promised that space.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
However, they didn't. They were pushed down the card, and Honky Tonk Man left because he didn't like the direction his character was going. Well, anyway.
What possible direction can Honky Tonk Man go?
After that, Power and Glory were apparently promised it next,
which
makes sense because they were feuding for the Legion of Doom. They were promised this spot. Well, they signed the Nasty Boys from WCW at the back end of '90, and that was kind of like all gone now. It's like, yep, the Nasty Boys, they're getting the nod. So, like, if you read interviews and stuff, apparently both of the teams are very knocked that Vince apparently promised them this spot, and neither of the teams got it. It was the Nasty Boys who got the jump.
Were the Nasties like Hogan's best pals at this point?
I'm not really sure how. I don't know whether they were that friendly at this point in time or not.
Because I think it's later on, isn't it? Oh, like in the Hogan WCW run, I think they kind of get brought over because they're pals and that sort of thing. But I don't know if they are at this point. If that kind of helped grease them up the pole a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, as soon as they got because they'd only been wrestling in about 5 months or something at this point, maybe even less. They might, in fact, I think they only debuted in like December, January, so they haven't even been with the company that long.
Yeah. So how do we feel about the Nasty Boys?
I was never a fan, I'll be honest.
I think they were pretty crap.
Yeah, I think they were just loud, and I think they were trying to, like, their personas were trying to cover up the fact they were not that great in the ring, and it didn't really work because any team with any level of ability exposed them pretty much straight away. Which is why I think in WCW they were booked in a lot of like hardcore matches or street fights, because you can hide a lot more in that kind of situation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
I mean, to be fair, like they are the first heels to be able to walk to the ring. So everybody else has already started in the ring.
That's true. Yeah.
So obviously they're kind of feeling like there's potential for him to kind of push up the card. Mm-hmm. And also Jimmy Hart comes out with 2 potential foreign objects because he's wearing a helmet and he's got the bullhorn.
Yeah, why did he have a helmet on?
Because they're bikers or something.
I don't know.
Because they wanted a different finish at the end of the match. I don't know.
Just headbutt him. Just use Jimmy Hart as the foreign object and just batter him like a baseball bat.
Just pick up Jimmy Hart's a battering ram.
Oh, since you're on that note, I just want to mark this card down for lack of bushwhackers.
Lack of bushwhackers. But it does have, objectively, the best Bret the Hitman Hart music, so, swings and roundabouts.
The golfing class between the two teams is kind of fairly obvious because the Hart Foundation are majorly technical and then the Nasty Boys are just blah.
Yeah.
But the Nasty Boys managed to work on Bret's back, which is the part he sells throughout the sort of second half of the match. And then shenanigans occur and they are smacking Bret in the back with the crash helmet.
Is that why the brain says they talk about the cervical derbical part of the back?
There's one to the cervical part of the back.
Did anyone listen to the Jim Ross the podcast a little while ago about Bobby the Brain Heenan?
No.
It was about a couple of weeks ago. It was marking 3 years since Bobby the Brain Heenan died. And Jim Ross told this fantastic story. You know the origins of the "Will You Stop"?
Yes.
The Monsoon. Do you know how that came about?
I vaguely remember.
Well, apparently, whenever they were in a cafe, just to wind up whoever was behind the counter, Heenan would. It was the three of them. It was Jim Ross, Gorilla Monsoon, and Heenan. Heenan would walk up to the counter and go, "I see you've got pie. What pies have you got today?" And the choice would be we've got lemon, peach, and apple. Oh, great. I'll have cherry. And then they would just look at him and go, right? And he's kind of going, no, I'll have cherry, thanks. And then he'd walk back to the table, just leaving lots of confused looks. And Gorilla Monsoon just shout across the entire cafe, no matter where they were, just going, "Will you stop?" And then apparently that's where they transferred it over to commentary.
Wow.
There you go. Jim Ross. Now, this match was okay-ish. It's a bit of a kind of upturn for the books that the Nasty Boys win it. Because you're never really sort of feeling like they deserve it.
Well, they don't.
Because they just don't. And it's kind of obvious that they're going to get their arse kicked by LOD at some point along the line.
Which is why we get, is it 2 foreign object hits?
Yeah.
The helmet finished this, no?
The helmet finished it.
Yeah.
It's a great throw by Jimmy Hart, though, to get it into the ring. Because what he does, when he throws it high enough for the wrestler to catch it, but also high enough for the crowd to really see it. Because it always feels like when he throws the object in, the object hangs above the ring for seconds. So everyone will get a really good shot of this is coming into the ring now, people, pay attention. And then bang, Manville gets waffled by it, and then it's done, isn't it?
Yep.
Pretty much.
It's pretty much
Joey, he's holding his feet as well, isn't he? Jimmy Hart's putting his feet down as well.
They're making properly sure, yeah. All 55 pounds of Jimmy Hart is on that for
to hold the feet down.
Yeah. But it's probably the first it's the first duffer of the night, but it's not terrible as a match because obviously Bret and Anvil were really good. But
this is the last, isn't it? The last Hart Foundation, or is it a bit longer for the?
No, last tag team match. Obviously, the team together it's Canadian Stampede, but this is the last
official Hart Foundation.
Yeah, this is the last pay-per-view. I don't know. They might have a televised match or two after this, but certainly not many.
It's not the best way to go out, really, I suppose, but
No, but there are better ways to go. But I suppose, given what we know about Jim the Apple Hart and his extracurricular activities,
probably for the best.
They do have a face versus face encounter against the LOD actually, and I'm fairly sure it's after WrestleMania VII because I don't remember the title being on the line. But I think they do have a match against LOD sometime this year, which is a curious, Bret Hart against LOD sounds very curious kind of match, doesn't it? But,
that sounds like I think what you might charitably call a clash of styles.
Well,
that might be
terrible. Yeah.
No, I would be interested in seeing it. That'd be awesome.
I would just like to correct myself because I like correcting myself. I said before it was Bulldog's first singles pay-per-view match. Of course it wasn't, because remember that classic with Ricky Steamboat when he crushes himself?
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
How could we forget?
Yeah, but would you class the Wrestling Classic as a pay-per-view, though? That's the thing. Is it actually a wrestling show, or is it just an event that happened that we don't talk about anymore?
It was a bit of a... It was forgettable, but there you go.
And so next, I think we get our first video package of the night.
Oh,
detailing the feud between the model Rick Martel and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Which, for all of its sort of stretching the imagination bollocks, for all the whole thing, you have to believe.
There's a T-shirt.
That stretch your imagination bollocks. That for somehow the sort of errant spray of arrogance has removed the entirety of Jake Roberts' iris.
Yes, being opticians.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to wake me up, Phil, when I'm done.
I never thought I'd hear that line on a wrestling podcast. Well, being opticians, I think you'll find.
Yes. That would be wholly impossible. This
I just love the way, apparently, they just let a blind Jake Roberts just run around beating people up every week on TV.
Pretty much. This match gets a lot of stick for being like a really bad gimmick match, but I would say this
in a way that is.
But
as an idea, as a concept,
right? As an idea, it makes a lot of sense because of the storyline. Because Jake was blinded, so therefore the model is blinded as well. So they're going to have a blindfold match. So then
and
the
Snake
model
has six senses. We know this. Jake says that.
Exactly. Snake has six senses. But also, usually in a wrestling match, it is wrestling move, then crowd reaction.
That's what you'd expect in a wrestling match, yes, correct.
Yep. But this completely flips that round in that it's crowd reaction, then wrestling move.
Yeah.
Because there's the whole thing about... And you cannot beat this match for crowd participation.
No.
The crowd are into this.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Jake pointing at the crowd, telling him yes. They should let Martel wrestle out the hood, keep his eyes shut, and just work on the honor system. Will you honor system, please?
All the bits were like Jake's in one corner of the ring and he's like sticks out his hand and starts moving his finger across the ring in midair, and then when he gets sort of level with Martel, the crowd are all going, "Whoa, yeah, kind of thing," and just telling him where Martel is. And Martel sells it superbly as well, because he's trying to he's telling them all to shut up and all this kind of stuff, put his fingers to his lips and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, yeah, you can ignore the fact that when they put the hoods on at the start, it's really, really bloody obvious that there's some whole eye holes just have like tights over them.
I was going to say that. How blind were they going into this?
Probably, well, obviously not 100% vision, but I'd say they could probably just about see what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it's just absolutely, for that, it's fun. It's never going to be like this sort of cracking technical wrestling match. It's basically
there's an Irish whip spot at the beginning where they just Jake just runs off to one side.
Yeah, pretty much.
He gets spun to the ropes and the model's ready to do a backdrop and Jake just kind of just runs off to one side and misses him completely.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why does no other wrestler do that when they're Irish whipped?
Yeah, no, it always makes no sense. Why would you keep running? Yeah, you'd stop.
It's the sheer force of the Irishness of it that drives you forward into it.
It's millions of tiny leprechauns propelling you.
No, if it was a true Irish whip, you just fall down.
That's true.
I've also got on here saying if we thought that Triple H pedigreeing Booker T at WrestleMania 19, then waiting about 18 seconds to pin him was bad, there's a hell of a long break in between the DDT and then actually.
Oh yeah,
this is the DDT. Nobody gets up from the DDT.
Well, no,
nobody's
because
up from the DDT.
It's
even blindfolded.
Well, how does seeing help you get up?
Anyways,
orientation.
Thank you.
Oh wait, I'm on the ground. I better get up. There you go.
Better get up. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's daft. And how long does it last for?
8 minutes and change.
That's probably about 3 minutes longer than it should have done, to be honest. Because there's so many times when Jake does the pointing around the ring to find Rick Martel, like some kind of audience radar, that's fair enough. Yeah. But like when he's doing it like for the fourth or fifth time, it's like, yeah, we've done this. We've done it.
I get why they did this gimmick. I just hate this particular gimmick, and this is me who watches DDT and enjoys it. To me, a blindfold match is probably one of the dumbest things you could book.
Yeah, but there's a story to it.
There's a reason why it's a blindfold.
I'm not saying there was no reason to have the match. I'm just saying the stipulation of a blindfold
as a concept, it doesn't really work.
As a concept, it's stupid. I get in this context it works because there's a story, but as we get to later on in time, where we have TNA booking it a blindfold match in a fucking steel cage, that's just taking it too far.
Well, I was going to say that's a joke.
No, a joke's something else.
We're only commenting on WrestleMania 7, and I think it works in this context.
What about if they did a storyline where Martel fed Jake's snake to him, and he had a snake?
Can we not talk about the Kennel from Hell match, please?
No, it's totally different. It's
totally
different. Hell match. You've got some pythons on the outside that have literally just ate and are just sleepy and just laying around. And there's some people there to hold them back just in case they get too violent. And there you go. It's a classic to be made.
Well, that's another one for the Patreon. Fantasy booking alternative Kennel from Hell matches.
Speaking of the Kennel from Hell, the Undertaker's up next.
Yay!
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
it is a WrestleMania debut, the start of the streak.
Which obviously you never know. And also, interestingly, it's Jimmy Snuka that gets called the Phenom on commentary.
I was going to say, is this like a title match? Does the Taker win that title when he beats him?
No, I think so. Unofficially, I think he must have, yeah.
He must have, because he always called Phenom, isn't he? But it's quite a pretty, what's this, 4 minutes, and it's pretty much a squash, isn't it?
It's essentially Undertaker goes in, kicks ass, Tombstones leaves.
Yeah. I mean, Snuka sells, the potential murderer sells for the Undertaker really well.
Potential murderer.
I mean, I watched an episode of the Dark Side of the Ring, so I can't say for definite. But yeah, it's just like, it's just putting the Taker over, isn't it? As like this big, undefeatable monster.
Yeah.
Which he does.
But it's great.
Apart from it's like because it's early in the Taker's run, like you can kind of tell he hasn't quite got the tombstone down like he would do later. So it's one of those where it's like, oh, I feel like he's going to hurt him doing this. He doesn't, because
But I think this is the first time that I certainly felt that there was not so much like a presence, but even at this early stage, you could tell the Undertaker had the presence, because the minute he walks out, people are just like, oh shit, things have got real.
Probably paying attention to him, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the manager's last match, we're back to the heel having the manager.
That's very true.
True, yeah. Yeah,
it's one of them matches that's made a lot of in retrospect, but at the time it was nothing other than
it's just
Undertaker
barely a card filler, isn't it?
At the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just to get the Undertaker over, isn't it? For the next,
it accomplished its job quite good.
Yeah, it does fine. Yeah. It puts the Undertaker over as a massive, strong force. Obviously, he's still very much in the wrestling zombie phase at the minute. And
because Snuka at this time, he's still not quite at the top of his powers, but he's still quite up the card, isn't he, popularity-wise?
It's such a plus point that they got rid of Brother Love as his manager, because that just did not fit, did it not?
It's often quite surprising when you watch Survivor Series 90 and you see him debut and he's got Brother Love as his manager, because it does make absolutely no damn sense.
No. I'm glad Paul Bearer took the character far and all that. It just was such a better fit. I don't mind Brother Love, but he just wasn't for that job, I feel.
Not at all. No.
Just before we move on, I've got another update. I like my updates.
What update you got, Al?
The Heart Foundation.
All right.
I've looked them up quickly. They did indeed face the LOD Weiss World Champions in a non-title match, which makes it even more bizarre. And they lost. So, yeah, that makes it really bizarre. They did have one more televised match against the Rockers as part of a Japanese show. And then they teamed together for a European tour later on that year. And that was pretty much them done.
Okay.
There you go. That's me. Caught up with them facts. Where are we now?
And for an update on my facts, it appears that Sean Mooney and the Rockers do not have pogs.
Damn it.
There you go.
Never mind.
Because if they did, they'd be flying to my house right now.
Next up, we have, for me, Match of the Night.
Ooh.
I'm calling it now. We're halfway through this card, but this for me is match of the night. This is the Ultimate Warrior versus Randy Savage in a loser leaves or loser retires match.
This could actually be match of the year, never mind match of the night.
You know, right? Because, as much as people often say, right, and this surprised, I'd never seen this match before, and I was always of the opinion the Ultimate Warrior, good though he was as a character, wrestling ability-wise, was only really good for coming in, storming the place in about 3 minutes flat, and then leaving again. This match goes on a fair while. I think this is like 20 minutes plus.
20 minutes, yeah. I checked to the end.
And it holds your attention throughout the entire thing. And both of these men are absolutely incredible in it, in the actual match itself against each other. Sherry is also fantastic in it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, although she's only really in at the end, is also brilliant as part of it, because the whole storyline with her as well. But I really, really, really liked this this match. Loved it. Thought this was brilliant. This is well worth the actual pay-per-view watching for this and this alone.
I mean, you're not wrong. Because again, you see, I was looking through it thinking, God's sake, the Ultimate Warrior in a 20-minute match. Are we serious? This is going to be
Yeah, I was the same. I was like, oh, God, it's going to be terrible.
Have you seen his match against Orlando Jordan? That's pretty long.
But I can't even to respond to that. But yeah, I think you probably got to lay a lot of machos to kind of get the Warrior through this match. But I suppose
Macho makes him look $1 million. Yeah,
yeah, the way he sells for him, the way the way the match is built, it all works. Mm-hmm. Really, there's a couple of splits you kind of think, what? But we'll get to that in a bit, I think. But yeah, the majority is brilliant. You've got the Macho King comes out on a big plinth thing,
like a sedan chair. Yep.
The guys carrying it look like they just can't quite carry the weight for some reason.
Yeah, I think one person would have been fine, but when you've added Sherry on there as well, it's maybe a little bit beyond it. Yeah, but
and then Warrior comes out wearing like this ridiculous coat, and he walks through. He doesn't. He must know he's going 20 minutes because he walks to the ring.
Yeah, well, I thought that. I thought, oh, he can't even be arsed. I bet he's coked off his tits, and here he is trying to walk out of the ring.
Well,
it's the way they have to kind of on commentary go, oh, he's walking to the ring.
Why isn't he running? Is that the Ultimate Warrior? It is indeed! Then why isn't he running? 150 miles an hour like that insane fool usually does. This is a different ball game, Brain. The magnitude of this one. Oh, there he goes.
But Heenan, I think it is, that covers for him saying that. He's like, oh, he knows that this is going to be a battle. So he has to conserve his energy. For once, the Warrior's not blowing himself up by just running out the ring.
How can you remember that coat? The thing's ridiculous. It looks like something from like a guy from the Fist of the North Star would wear. It's like huge shoulder pads, tassels.
I'm now just picturing Warrior in an episode of Fist of the North Star, and it's working quite well.
It fits in it perfect. To be fair, it's ridiculous. And I think when he takes it off, the coat just comes apart into 3 pieces. I don't know what's going on with it. I was thoroughly distracted by that coat for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's only in it for the beginning and the end. He makes sure to pick it back up again at the end.
Exactly,
because it must have cost a pretty penny. One of the best parts of this match was the fact that Randy Savage has to go for 4 top rope elbows.
Oh yeah, at the end.
Even that only gets him a 2 count.
Yeah. Well, I think my favourite bit was I think it was quite early on where Macho tries to a crossbody, and the Warrior catches him, and he's holding him with one arm, parades him around the ring, and then puts him down and then slaps him in the face.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's actually really good, Warrior. Oh, I'm in. Oh boy,
it's just
I'm invested.
Little moments like that, and it's just and it comes across as a proper battle between the two guys.
Oh, it really does. Because the Warrior hits all his finishing moves, can't beat him, and then it's he nearly walks out of the ring, doesn't he? Because he's he can't believe he can't beat him.
It's that bit where Savage kicks out, and it's I don't think anyone saw it coming. There's a match over, and then he kicks out, the Warrior's finish, doesn't he? It's oh.
Yeah, because there's a lot of false finishes, and people talk about how NXT and AEW and that kind of thing kind of rely on the kind of finishing move, false finish sort of stuff. But when it's kind of placed right, like in this match, like you say, no one expected Macho to kick out of that, because not even Hogan kicked out of that move, did he?
No.
Exactly.
And he kicks out of it, like, and the Warrior's just like stunned and all that sort of thing. It's just like, when it's placed well, it works. Spectacular.
And then the Warrior says it's a sign from the gods he's not meant to win. So he goes to walk out the match and get himself counted out because the gods have told him he can't win.
Yep.
He has to find a plane to fly somewhere.
Because the crowd are like totally like begging him to go back into the ring and not and get back in the ring before the 10 count.
And then the finish is so clever as well because Savage goes for the guardrail spot, doesn't he?
Yep.
He goes to axe handle Warrior on the guardrail, and the Warrior moves
and completely misses.
Straight in, and then again, it's such a strange finish, but it works. He just keeps doing shoulder tackles, doesn't he?
Yep.
Savage goes out the ring and he gets him back in, and then he does another shot. Is it 3 he does or something?
I think so. Yeah,
I've got here shoulder charge once, shoulder charge again, and then I've got 1 foot pin.
Yeah, and then the maker that Savage give it his best effort. And he's exhausted, he's absolutely spent, and he's given his best effort possible. But Warrior would just beat him on the day, just beat him. And if the match wasn't good enough, the bloody storytelling afterwards is just superb.
Oh, it's superb! Yeah, I've got here. Sherry realizes that the gravy train's done, so she's effectively out of a job because obviously Macho Man can't, wrestle anymore and has to retire. And so then she starts battering Macho Man in his exhausted state. Elizabeth, who's at ringside, has had enough of this, so she leaps the guardrail, jumps in. She throws Sherry out of the ring herself. Elizabeth and Savage then hug. Heenan then says, "If you like this kind of mush."
Yeah. This is sickening.
The people in the building are actually crying. It's brilliantly done, this thing.
Yeah, because basically it turns Macho back face, isn't it? Even though he's retired.
He's got retired,
how do they kind of thingy him back into the wrestling then? Because obviously by next WrestleMania he's wrestling Ric Flair and stuff. Did they just kind of say, "Oh, you retired the Macho King"? You didn't retire the Macho Man, or
no. It's the whole thing is done so well, and just to put it into context. WrestleMania V, pretty much Liz sides with Hogan, or soon after, anyway.
Yeah, because the explosion of the Mega Powers.
Liz sides with Hogan. WrestleMania VI, Elizabeth costs Savage the match. It's a mixed tag team match. And Elizabeth costs Savage the match in that one. And then, is Elizabeth involved in the Zeus scenario? I can't remember if she is or not. She might be.
She's there for
SummerSlam 89. I think she could be. And that's it, she's against her days with Savage is done, it's all done, and then they bring it full circle at WrestleMania 7 by having them join back together again. Mm-hmm. And legitimately, that was Savage's retirement. He wanted to concentrate on his marriage. He didn't want to do wrestling anymore. Maybe move into a backstage role, but he was done. That was the stipulation he was going to stick to. Mm-hmm. However, Mr. Warrior got himself sacked at SummerSlam.
As we all know,
yeah.
And Vince panicked and needed a big star. He had Sid Justice, but Justice went and got himself injured. So Vince was like, "Crap, we need a big name." And he was like, "Mr. Savage, we need a favour. I don't know how much you paid or whatever, but we're desperate." And to get around it, they had him wrestling as Mr. Madness instead of because the Macho Man's retired. So they had him wrestling as Mr. Madness instead, which he didn't even wear a mask. He was just the Macho Man. But they did it. It all started with the wedding. When Jake Roberts gave the Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they got
him back in the ring.
They ran that story, which I don't even know why Jake Roberts gave a Cobra. If there's any logical explanation other than the fact the Warrior wasn't there,
because he's a mad bastard. That's why.
And that's how they started. So. At the house shows, they had Mr. Madness wrestling Jake Roberts at these house shows. And then eventually they had the incidents with the snake and stuff. And Jack Tunney reinstated him. And they had the feud.
Oh, that makes sense.
Nice. Because without that, you wouldn't have got him versus Flair at WrestleMania 8. And then you wouldn't have got, obviously, Undertaker versus Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 8. Because it's Taker, which stops Jake using the steel chair to batter Macho Man on his wedding day, isn't it? Yeah.
Originally, the rumour for WrestleMania 8 was Jake versus Savage in a steel cage and Undertaker versus Warrior.
Oh, that would have been
an interesting one.
That would have been a doozy, actually. Yeah.
But sadly, the cost of it was Macho Man's marriage, ultimately.
Of course, yeah.
That's
well, that got serious.
Yeah, because that would have been
how solid it was around this time, but I'm fairly sure they weren't on rocky grounds at this moment.
Well, he was quite controlling about it anyway, apparently, wasn't he?
Yeah.
She couldn't leave their locker room while he was wrestling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was a little bit off with her anyway, to begin with. Slightly depressing thought about this match, by the way, when I was watching it. I thought the only person in frame here and on the audio that's still alive is Earl Hebner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone else involved in this match is dead, including on commentary.
Wow. Shall I light it up with a quick warrior fact, if you'd like to guess?
Go on.
Because we said this match was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do we think that's his longest match ever, or do you think he's had longer matches?
I'd like to think it's his longest match.
Hogan's, is it 22 minutes at Mania?
It is indeed 22 minutes.
22 minutes, that last year, WrestleMania 6, yeah?
But there is one that is longer than that.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yes.
Let's have a think. Is it
in the WWF?
Yeah.
Singles match or tag teams?
Singles match. Ooh. I think it's singles match. Yeah, it's singles match.
Oh, God. Oh, no, wait. Whoa. Right, it's not the Jerry Lawler thing in 96, is it?
No, that was pretty short. I was going
to say... Well,
should I tell you?
Goldust.
Give me at least 30 seconds to have a little think about it. Because I like this sort of stuff.
Is Euan having a guess?
It can't be Rick Rude.
I have no idea.
It can't be Rick Rude at WrestleMania 5. Can't be the Slaughter one, surely, at the Rumble. That wasn't that long.
Nope.
So let's see. SummerSlam 90 with Rick Rude in a cage. I don't think that was that long. Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam 88 certainly wasn't that long. Hercules WrestleMania 4 can't have been that long either. 6. What else we got in 90? It's not like a Japanese match with Ted DiBiase or something, is it?
No. Well, this is one of my very quick searching about the Warriors match on pay-per-view. Shall I tell you?
Oh, no, hang on. Is it on pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's on pay-per-view.
Well, it's on pay-per-view. I'll definitely get it then if I don't have to go into anything obscure. Sorry, we're sitting all night, lads.
Can we maybe get it soon, because we're only halfway through this card?
You give me a challenge, so I'm rewinding, right?
I want to tell him.
No, hang on, no.
You do realise what you started? Should we move on whilst you're thinking about it, Al?
No, I'm gonna go through his pay-per-view record. So right.
I'm going to tell you now.
No,
I'm going to put you now.
4, SummerSlam 88, Survivor Series doesn't count because you're telling me it doesn't.
No.
Royal Rumble.
Father Desmond Coyne, Father George Byrne, Father David Nicholson, Father Declan Lynch.
I'll give you a clue.
No clues! I'll get it in a second. Father Ken Sweeney, Father Neil Hannon, Father Keith Cullen, Father Kieran Donnelly, Father Mick McAvoy, Father Jerk White.
WrestleMania 5 against Rude. Then SummerSlam 89 against Rude. Then it's Survivor Series again, which doesn't count.
I can see Phil's going to put lift music over the top of this.
SummerSlam 90 against Rude.
Wake me up when Dad's finished.
Royal Rumble 91 against Slaughter. We've had this one at WrestleMania 7. He's in a tag team match at SummerSlam. He gets fired. He's back at WrestleMania 8. Oh, it'll be SummerSlam 92.
Finally! Jesus Christ.
There we go. I told you I just had to go through them all.
Do you know how long it goes for?
Which is also bizarrely against Savage.
Yeah, it goes for 28 minutes.
Does it?
Yeah. Ultimate Warrior defeats Frank Savage by counter, and it goes for 28 minutes.
Fucking hell. I suppose that's also got flair in it to add a little bit of spice.
I think so, yeah, because it's would have been after the WrestleMania 8 defeat, I suppose.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a quick bit of fun that lasted half an hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Fun.
Anyway,
and I'll sign off for this match by just quoting Bobby the Brain Heenan.
But how more fitting, Brain, to have your career end and walk out of here, walk out of the squared circle, knowing that you've got the woman you love and the woman who loves you.
I'd rather have some money than a skirt.
Then we get some comedy celebrity bits.
We do, which apparently Al had never seen before.
I don't remember that at all being on the Coliseum video.
There you go. I did have a laugh when Undertaker is measuring Regis for the casket.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was good.
That was quite good fun.
Yeah.
But the most important quotation during all of this is, Master Fuji knows all about pain, torture, and suffering.
Yes, he does. Because it's Demolition with Axe and... Wait, no. Crush and Smash. What?
Crush and Smash, yes.
Oh, God. Smash. Oh, no. So it's just before Smash evolves into a Repo Man.
Yeah. Is it Gorilla Monsoon that just keeps calling him Axe throughout the entire match?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. We get Alex Trebek with Jake and Damien, which is a bit, whatever. Who's with Tenru and Kitaru backstage? I can't remember who that is. Is it Regis? Because Regis is kind of it's kind of mildly racist.
It's the one where they don't speak in English, so he just keeps mentioning so how do you think your match is going to go tonight? Absolute silence, and it only really perks up when he goes, Toyota.
Isuzu. Yeah, that's nice. See, I told you I'd break through to these guys. Columbia Pictures. Big conference going on. What are they saying?
The crowd are kind of dead for this. I think this is the kind of problem in this show, in the fact that this kind of halfway point, the crowd are pretty much dead because they've just had, obviously, a hell of a lot of emotion poured out of them for the Warrior.
Yeah, and it's like Demolition, who isn't the real Demolition, and then a couple of lads from Japan they don't know about.
Yeah, really. There's visibly empty seats in the first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you see people come back to the seat with just carrying popcorn and stuff. I'm fairly certain you can see that.
Match.
Yeah, but the fellas in it are quite good, aren't they? And there's nobody apart from Crush, who's not exactly the best worker in the world.
Well,
Again, it's 4 minutes of a quick squash, basically, isn't it? Because you get a powerbomb from Tenru for the win, and that's pretty much it. This is that short period, wasn't it? When WWF were kind of partnered up with a company in Japan.
It was All Japan, I think.
Japan, yeah. I think so.
I think this was around the time they had their ill-fated shows at the Tokyo Dome that did not go well.
I think Hogan headlined against Tenru for him.
I think you're right, Al.
I think he did, yeah.
I think the first one, anyway.
No matter how much you mock him, he puts on a good show.
Oh, SWS, Super World of Sports, that's who it is.
That's what it was. Okay, I knew it was something like that.
3 shows Tokyo Dome. So I think it's just to get those guys over ready for that, but it just doesn't go anywhere, does it, basically?
SWS goes about 3 shows and then run out of money.
Yeah. So, well done for feeding the Demolition to somebody who doesn't really go anywhere. So, well done.
Another heel manager. So far, I think it's only the one match that doesn't have a heel manager. Is that Rick Martel? I don't. Is that?
Rick Martel
had a heel manager.
Next up, we have Bossman versus Perfect for the Intercontinental title.
Excellent nightstick work from Bossman during his promo.
Is Perfect got a heel manager?
Of course, yes. He's got the brains.
Yes,
got Heenan. Yeah.
Another one. Choke another one up.
Yeah, another one. I noticed as well, when Bossman was doing his promo alongside his excellent nightstick work, he looked much trimmer than he's done. Because I remember at the what's his acting called? Twin Towers. He seemed much beefier, but here he seems he seems much trimmer. A Bossman, because now it's face Bossman rather than heel Bossman, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the main thing we learned from this promo is don't upset Bossman's mum.
And I will be champion when it's all said and done. But more importantly, for Bobby Heenan and Mr. Perfect are days and weeks and months of insults. Insults hurting my mama's feelings. When you hurt my mama's feelings, you hurt mine.
No, I've got here, Bossman. Insults hurting my mama's feelings.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Classic.
But then we get the amazing sight of Mr. Perfect with the Intercontinental belt.
Yes. It's almost like it belongs on him.
It does. Amazing. And then Rodney King brings it all down. But Bobby the Brain brings it down by mentioning Rodney King. And it's like, should we really?
Oh, dear.
Should we, Brain? Talking about how good the LA police are by beating people. No. I know you're a heel, but please don't. We're already in enough trouble to begin with.
Can we point out the fantastic opening of this match when Perfect throws his towel into Bossman's face and then Boss Man picks it off his head, pretends to wipe his arse with it, and chuck it right back at Perfect's face.
Yeah, because
quite funny.
Perfect looks genuinely upset, like genuinely hurt.
Genuinely looks quite upset that someone has besmirched his towel in such a way.
And then, doesn't he like give a big spit at Boss Man, and Boss Man spits back? It breaks down very quickly.
It's really, really sort of like downright and dirty right quite early on, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Boss Man like basically slaps Perfect, and Perfect just like goes for like an actual flip off this thing,
and
then like he grabs Perfect's hair and just swings him around by his head and throws him out the ring.
Oh
so
yes,
just don't upset Boss Man's mum.
No, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
This match is okay. It's not brilliant. It does kind of fizzle out towards the end because they have to. Andre the Giant turns up essentially.
I think this is what ruins it. I think up to that point it wasn't a bad match because Boss Man, is a really good big fella. Yep. Like we get his spot when he goes under the bottom rope and that sort of stuff. Like they're doing really well, and then for some reason, Andre walks out really, really unsteadily on his feet, and it's like, oh, should we be doing this?
Yeah, but they have to put him across like he's still some kind of great threat, and he's still some kind of massive, force when he's blatantly struggling to even walk.
Yeah, he's something to like hold on to the ring whenever he's kind of walking around it, isn't he? Like it's just like, why are we doing this finish?
There's a fantastic highlight when Bobby the Brain Heenan actually turns around to see Andre in the aisle, and Heenan's face of shock is quite a picture, and he sells it really, really well. But it's just a bit sad how they have to, say, oh, here's Andre the Giant, and he's come to do you this, that, and the next thing. It's like he's not going to do anything. He just
all he basically does. He comes to the ring, gets Boss Man disqualified, loses his chance of winning the belt.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happens. And it's just it's just the kind of bit where you're kind of thinking, this is actually a bit sad now. Could we not?
Yeah,
but you don't know if is it Andre not being able to stop, or is it Vince needing like an extra big thing on the card sort of thing? But he's not like he's like sold for it, is he? He's not like the event sold as like Andre's return to the ring or anything. It's
no, it's not. I think it's just one of them. It's a nice surprise, isn't it? That's it, kind of thing.
But it's not that nice though, is it? Because he looks really weak.
Really, I think this was like Andre's last appearance, wasn't it, Al?
It is. No, I think he does some in Europe. His last appearance is Bulldog wins the Battle Royal, Royal Albert Hall.
Okay.
I'm sure I remember him coming out on crutches or something, or coming out with a crutch. I want to say with the Bushwhackers or something, but I don't know if that's.
He does at SummerSlam 91. You're correct. He is with the Bushwhackers at SummerSlam 91. Yes.
Yeah, but there must be some a bit after that.
It's good of Andre.
The Battle Royals in October.
All right. I was going to say it's good of Andre to spend his last couple of pay-per-view appearances with the best tag team in the history of wrestling.
It is. He wanted to go out on a high.
He wanted to have a bit of the rub from those guys.
Just rubber stamping his legacy. That's what it is, basically.
Yeah, totally.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, Great Earthquake versus Greg Valentine.
No, whoa, just before we get to that, we need to go on to where the universe splits into 3 separate timelines.
Oh, God.
Because we have, I can't remember, is it Sean Mooney or is it Mean Gene?
It's Mean Gene.
It's Mean Gene, who interviews some celebrities in the crowd. And first of all, we get Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. Blurg.
And then who's like, doing his usual thing that he's even doing now, where it's like kind of going, yeah, this event is amazing. It's the best thing ever. It's amazing. It's truly great. It's amazing. And then beside him is Chuck Norris. And then beside him is Henry Winkler, a.k.a. the Fonz.
Yep.
Yeah, then the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno comes down, don't forget.
Yeah, the Hulk. Well, I'd like to think that at this point in 1991, the universe splits into 3. And in each of those timelines, this particular person becomes the president.
To be honest, you couldn't do much of a worse job right now.
Yeah, we are all living, obviously, in timeline A.
Yeah.
Arguably the worst. But somewhere in the next timeline along, Chuck Norris is roundhouse kicking nuclear warheads out the way.
Yeah, but he's even worse a Republican than Trump, though, isn't he? Come on.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But
that would be good. I want the one with the Fonz.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the Fonz. So, Mr. President Winkler, what do you think about race relations?
Hey.
The problem is America will go to shit once he jumps the shark.
Oh, hey, look at that. Excellent work from Al there. Give that man a gold star.
Anyway, now you can do Greg Valentine.
Well, I mean, really, because like all that basically covers Greg Valentine's entrance, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Because you start off with Earthquake in the ring, and then they cut to this, then when they cut back, Greg's in the ring. I did kind of wrote down for that, like, you know, when the Earthquake's in the ring, like, you see him hitting the ropes. Isn't that really scary when you see him hitting the ropes that hard? When he's just kind of doing full pelt sprints between the ropes.
You're just waiting for the ring to just like implode in itself.
Yeah, because he kind of goes, he leans out the ring like a good foot, doesn't he? When he's doing that, it's so scary looking.
Can I ask if Earthquake's got a heel manager?
He's got Jimmy Hart, hasn't
he? Yep.
There we go. Another manager.
There we go. Another one. Ding.
Another one. So you wrote down. This should be quick.
Yeah, I've got not much phasing Earthquake. Valentine tries the figure 4, and then I've got big whoopsie for 3. And then that's it. Yeah.
Are you referring to Earthquake sit finish?
Yeah, well, when you watch episodes of OSW Review, then they call it the big whoopsie, and I can't get that out of my head now.
I mean, it's pretty much there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's quick. Yeah, Greg fed to the Earthquake. Is this post the feud with Hogan where he broke his ribs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah.
So I think Earthquake's been Hoganized, and any sort of major threat he had as a top heel has been neutralized by the fact that Hogan's beat him easily.
It's like, how do we fix that? Oh, feed Greg Valentine to him. Job done.
Yeah, pretty much. Job done.
Yeah. But anyway, I want some shouting. I need some shouting in my pay-per-view now. So who do we have?
Sean Mooney's got you covered.
Tell him, Hawk.
It's the best. I can't help it. I just love that as a promo line. Just throwing it to the person with a "Tell him, Hawk," and then the Hawk just tells him.
It's a shame that there's all this build to a match that doesn't even go 1 minute.
But I think, as Al will tell us, there's a reason for such a thing.
Al? Enlighten us.
Tell him, Al.
Yeah. Well, what happens is Power and Glory are neither power or glory. Hercules has got a bad groin injury.
Because he wears his trunks too high. We know this.
Paul Romer's got an infected elbow. You might see a massive pattern on his elbow.
Yeah.
Neither man thought they could do the match because they were badly injured. But, you know, Vince, it's advertised.
We've got to do it.
Paul Romer apparently said, well, Hercules is worse hurt than me, so I'll take the big bump. But just get it finished. So, yeah, Hercules barely gets in the match. Romer gets beat up. Doomsday Device, under a minute.
Done.
There you go.
Paul Romer also nearly gets planted by his head first into the canvas with that Doomsday Device.
Yes, he does.
That
doesn't take you that well.
He's trying not to land on his arm. He's trying to protect that arm.
In doing so, he nearly lands on his neck.
Well,
yeah, which is better. Which is more easily replaced.
Oh my god, that looked bad.
I guess that's why Hawk referred to him as, was it Sour and Gory in his promo?
Yep. Power and Glory, Sour and Gory. Yeah, that's the one.
And also, Power and Glory came out with the Doctor style Slick.
Indeed.
Another one for the heel manager.
Another one.
Next up, we've got Virgil versus Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
Ted DiBiase
Jesus.
doesn't have a heel manager.
he doesn't, but will he finish the match with one?
Oh, look at that. I've written down, because doesn't Virgil do a promo? Because I've written down, if only Virgil had some charisma.
Even the still, that wouldn't save him.
Yeah. It's not going to be good.
Because, like, if he just had some charisma, like, he probably could have had, like, a decent run after it. But, like, as soon as he split from Ted, it was like, you're just not... You just haven't got anything to you at all, pal. You just...
He's literally down to just wrestling superstar Virgil at that point.
It's the fact that it's all of Virgil's kind of presentation is just going via Piper.
Yeah. Because it seems like a Ted versus Piper feud, doesn't it? That's what it seems like.
It seems like a Ted DiBiase versus Piper feud where Piper's injured, so can't wrestle, so therefore he's had to get Virgil in to take his place temporarily.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like Virgil's the main focus in this at all in any way.
No. It's just like Piper messing with Ted by losing him his, assistant fella. And then that would have been the feud. But Virgil Ted has always been the obvious feud, hasn't it? It's been like this, the kind of split that's been brewing for ages.
Yeah.
But I think by sticking Piper in it, Piper's just got too much charisma and Virgil's not got enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the focus just goes to Piper and Virgil's just kind of off to one side. His big feud just kind of being wrecked.
Yep.
So I almost feel sorry. But I don't.
No, not really. Yeah. Virgil gets no theme music.
Yeah, don't even give him music. What's all that about?
Got any yet. You'll get some later.
And all Virgil can really do is like do like boxing jabs and then just run away.
Yeah.
Which would be fine if he was the heel, but he's not.
No, he's meant to be the face, so it's a bit wrong to begin with.
And then you've got Ted selling for him, like Ted DiBiase. Why is he selling for him?
No. And then it ends with Ted DiBiase getting counted out.
Yeah, that great WrestleMania finish, I count out.
Yep. And then, but Sherry turns up. So, maybe heel manager? Yeah. But Piper's music's the one that plays at the end.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is where Ted just beats the crap out of Piper because like he starts ripping his knee thing off and all sorts.
Yeah, they both do.
And then like Virgil in the ring, he's like, "Get up, and it's like, really? Okay, fine. But yeah, it just seems daft. Like it's. Oh yeah, I've got Virgil as a mic. Guess his feud has not finished, but hopefully it has done. Because did like there was ever any kind of finish between Piper and DiBiase?
They had another match at SummerSlam, did they not?
Yeah, for the $1 million title.
Oh,
so they did.
Yeah.
Which Alan has held.
Yeah, I have indeed.
Yep, I was there the night it happened.
Nice.
I'm sure we told this story, have we not?
You have, yes. This was when he was doing his tour for his religion.
For the churches, and we went and sang hymns all night so we could just meet Ted DiBiase at the end.
Yeah.
You and the rest of the crowd that were there.
We were plastic Christians for the evening, and it was all fun.
I was going to say.
Oh, I was marking out. I was so happy to see Ted DiBiase.
I thought you were going to say you were happy to see Jesus there. I know, man.
Well, he did.
He brought Jesus off for the night.
He did, yeah. He did.
Nice.
Great.
Jesus, always the understudy, never the superstar.
To be fair, though, he did appreciate that some people were going to be there just for him and not for the whole religious thing. So
I think you got sort of when you're Ted DiBiase and all of a sudden you're doing something that's not wrestling, you need to like make your peace with the fact that you're going to have that segment of the audience that don't give a shit about what you're doing.
Yeah. They're just going to be asking about the belt.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And what's that real money?
Anyway,
why Virgil? Why?
Why did you pick Virgil? Jesus Christ!
Next up, we get General Adnan and Sergeant Slaughter. Right.
Did I zone out there? Did we do the finish of the match?
Yes.
Yeah, we pretty much did.
Yeah, Virgil wins by count out.
I did not hear Sherry's name mentioned at all. Sorry.
I mentioned Sherry.
Well. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's okay.
The heel. I've got to keep up with the heel manager count. Sorry, that you know.
Well, does it count if she's not like
she's not part of the match? Therefore,
she's got to come out with him. She can't even leave with him. She's got to come out with him.
That counts. No, that counts as a heel manager.
I will say.
Put an asterisk beside it, okay?
Anyway, speaking about heel managers, what better way to get heat in the early 90s than to speak in Iraqi on an American pay-per-view show?
Generally speak foreign.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't need to be Iraqi. It could be anything.
It could be anything. Although, like Slaughter's got some great lines, like Pukemaniacs, I think is genius.
Yep.
Or the Immortal Slime Hulk Hogan, that's good. Like, I like that.
Yep.
He's doing some good lines there. I'm pretty sure he stole Iron Sheik's boots because he's got the kind of curly-toed boots now, hasn't he?
Yeah, so that was weird.
Yeah, and he's just gurning like an absolute ridiculous. It's a crazy few minutes, the promo. It's just all over the place.
Are you like me watching this promo thinking, how big is that chin?
It's huge.
It's huge. It's very sweaty.
It can fit into Hulk Hogan's face.
Yeah, exactly. It's an optical illusion kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Phil, this might be a pain in the butt, but please could you, for the album art for this episode, just have that picture of them interlocking chins? I think the world needs to see that.
It's definitely going to be the like header for the Facebook post.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'll get that done. Don't worry, boys. Don't worry. I'm already over it.
Before we get to Hogan's promo, though, we've got a small matter of the Mountie versus Tito Santana.
Yay!
Does he have the Mountie? I can't remember what music he had.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He's in the ring already. But he's got Jimmy Hart as a manager.
We were denied the Mountie's theme, and that made me sad.
I think I just played it on my phone because
he didn't have the proper theme then.
Oh, neither did you're right. Yeah, because he played at the end.
He didn't have like the Canadian theme. He didn't have the Mountie theme. Yeah.
He didn't have we're the Mountie and we always get. Well, that was more the
man.
Yeah,
brilliant. Was it like the Canadian national anthem or something? It was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Am I thinking of Dino Bravo early on in the show? I can't remember now. But yeah, but basically, Tito misses gets a messy looking flying forearm.
Yep.
And then the Mountie basically hits Tito with the cattle prod to no reaction at all.
Oh, look at at this. He's got that weapon, that cattle prod, stuck it right into the guts of Santana.
I believe it's something he ate.
Something he ate. Are you blind?
Yeah.
No. Once again, I think this is another one of those matches that just basically like the crowd are kind of exhausted
for Hogan,
and they're waiting for Hogan. So it's kind of they had like a terrible position on the card for this because it's just going to be like the crowd aren't going to be invested in this at all.
And it goes 81 seconds.
It's just nuts. It's like he just hits him with a cattle prod. They don't even do the thing with the lights, do they, or like a sound effect. It's just like Tito falls over, no reaction at all, pins, done, move on.
Mm-hmm. Then we get to another sweaty gentleman in the form of a challenger tonight.
Yep, we get Hulk Hogan, who is encouraging everyone to wait and see what kind of man I am.
His secret battle plan, which I'm assuming is going to be like an eye poke. That's what Hogan does, isn't he?
That's what Hogan does, yeah. Fingernails down the back. Yeah,
Hogan promises to me and Gene that he's going to vanquish the evil foreigners.
Yep. And, and it was...
I think my highlight of that is you see, like, Pat Patterson comes out on one of the videos in, like, a really cool-looking blue suit. It looks amazing.
I did not notice that.
I didn't notice either.
It was a really good blue suit, man, I tell you. And then, like, Hogan rips his shirt, so I guess, like, he needs a new one for the ring walk, or is that him done now with ripping shirts? I'm not sure, like, what his budget for shirts is at this point in the year. So.
He'll probably have a fair budget for shirts, like, it'll be fine.
To be fair, yeah.
I don't think Hogan at this point in his career short of a bob or two.
No.
So, anyway, Jeopardy dude I've got round here, I've already forgotten his name. Trebek?
Alex Trebek.
Yeah, Alex Trebek.
He does the announcing for the match, which is all right.
He's okay.
He's not bad.
Yeah, crowd aren't a fan, though, are they? Crowd aren't a fan of all
really,
Slaughter.
No. Well, Slaughter's music is just drums.
Yeah.
Which is...
evil military music.
Yeah, which is kind of... I was thinking about it, kind of going, that's a bit dull and crap, but then you're thinking, yeah, but there's some other heels that have had sort of a similar idea of having not much in the way of melody or anything like that in their music. You know, Right to Censor was basically just an alarm bell.
Yeah.
What about Isaac Yankum's music?
Isaac Yankum's drills. Yep.
You know what? I was trying to remember what Nail's music was, but I'm sure it's something similar to that.
No, Nails didn't have any music.
I thought he had something. Oh, well, never mind.
I don't think he ever had music, did he?
No, I don't think
Nails,
he did.
no. The only other thing I could think of in a similar vein was Tommaso Ciampa just having no music.
Yeah.
Just the deafening boos of people.
Skinner would have little like birds tweeting and stuff.
Like
that's
marsh
true, yeah.
sound, crickets and
and
mosquitoes.
That's pretty much his music. Yeah.
Yep. Hulk Hogan is introduced by Gorilla Monsoon as our national hero. Not that this is an American versus Iraq thing at all.
Of course not. No. Even though they both have flags with some kind of flag off. I had a question at this point because Hogan comes out and he's got like his Stars and Stripe bandana, which he then throws to the floor.
Yep.
Is that disrespecting the flag?
No, he's holding the flag.
He's holding the
but
bigger flag.
but he's also wearing the flag as a bandana, so is that disrespecting?
Yeah, but I think
when he goes
if
on
you're
the floor?
holding a bigger flag, it's okay.
That supersedes the original flag. Gotcha.
Plus, once the bandana comes off, it's business time.
That's true. That's why I just wanted to clarify that for my own peace of mind. That's good, thank you.
So this match has got some heat.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, when it kind of match starts, it's a tough spot for Brain to be in, because obviously he needs to back the heel because he's the heel kind of commentary dude.
Mm-hmm.
But can he really back the Iraqis given the current geopolitical situation that's going on?
He finds a way of doing it, but you could tell he's struggling.
Yeah, he doesn't kind of fully go in with Slaughter, does he? I think he's more the fact like he's pro anti-Hogan, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he does the thing of being anti-Hogan rather than pro-Slaughter, which is probably the best way of doing it.
What he can do, yeah. Yeah, but just to clarify, this wasn't a non-DQ match, was it? Because Slaughter just keeps going to get chairs for no reason at all.
No, I've noticed. I've got down here, it says Slaughter steel chair, no DQ. Chokes in the aisle with choke in the aisle, no DQ.
Yeah, like literally like in front of the ref. The ref's going, oi, hey, boy, put the chair down. He's like, no.
Yep.
Oh, okay, off you go then. It's like, what?
We got another note here yet. Slaughter uses the chair, no DQ. There's about 2 or 3 occasions where it's just nothing. Yeah. Comical part of the start is when like Slaughter claims to be that he's had his hair yanked. Monsoon does point out that he's got nothing to yank.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's quite funny. This match it's quite decent. I enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
Regardless of the sort of national overtones of it and the hooray America kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a rather fantastic bit towards the end where Hogan's bleeding and Slaughter applies the camel clutch, and Adnan brings the Iraqi flag into the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like over Hogan's head, so Hogan is actually bleeding through the Iraqi flag. This kind of stuff, which I thought was quite brilliant. But yeah, it's a really good, decent match. It's a good main event.
Oh yeah, it certainly caps off the night well, and obviously we get America triumphing over the world once again.
Yeah, because things like you put Slaughter up against Hogan, like you're kind of thinking Slaughter's not the most biggest competition for Hogan, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Just literally the two, he's like so much bigger than him, but like Slaughter managed to be able to kind of sell the kind of the naughty heel kind of stuff to get on top to kind of get Hogan down quite well, even though he's not. He's never been a heel for most of his career. He's always been like a babyface, isn't he? So, and from what I remember, he wasn't like the biggest fan of this heel run, just because of like how negative the reaction was.
Well, I mean, as a heel, it's your job to get negative reactions, but I think he was just not comfortable with the whole fact that he was an ex-soldier. His entire gimmick up to that point was, yay, America, and now all of a sudden he's like, F America. Because
there's like a bit in the promo video, I think, where he's burning Hulk Hogan's shirt, and I think they wanted him to burn the flag, but he said, no, I'll burn the shirt instead, sort of thing.
Yeah, I can imagine that would have been... Yeah.
But we're fine with Hogan ripping the Iraqi flag, that's completely fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Well, I think part of the condition of Slaughter doing it was they would build him back up, like to finish his career as an American hero.
Yeah,
they did the thing where they teamed him up with Duggan at the end of the year, sort of thing.
What a reward!
Did they both get top hats? I think that would have done it for him.
Because after this, he gets does the Iron Sheik come in as like an extra person on his squad?
Yeah.
And then. Is it Duggan and Slaughter versus Adnan and the Iron Sheik then, basically?
Yeah, I think they're probably right a bit.
That's a combo.
I think we're going to have to try and avoid that one on the thing for a while, because I can't imagine that match is the classes of matches.
Oh, it's that SummerSlam 91.
Oh,
that when happens, is it?
When they're all teaming together.
Yeah. I'll just make a mental note of that. Phil would love SummerSlam 91.
Yeah, I would, because hasn't they got Perfect versus Bret Hart, which is really good. So
yeah.
In your face,
in your
face,
very disturbing Mountie rape scene.
Oh yeah,
Alan, you're speaking, not googling. That goes into your private search window, not into podcast.
Yeah, incognito. I've got the ending here. Comes boot, leg drop, 3 count.
Yeah.
Even Slaughter looks like he's kicking out on the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just count it anyway, and that's it done. And
I think one I look at a bit strong because they've still got a big house show circuit to fill in until SummerSlam.
No, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh God, I'm sure it's on a podcast. It might have been with the Big Show. He was kind of told you do that to kind of keep looking strong. So you weren't just completely beat. You could have kicked out if you could have recovered a bit quicker, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've written down. Yeah, Hulk Hogan stands up, and then we're into the usual finish.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, it's take you home, isn't it?
It's quite formulated at that point, but it was good.
There's lots of hot dogging by Hogan, and Gorilla Monsoon has the quote of the night, which is, "The war is now officially over." Meaning that Iraqi soldiers in the Middle East put down their weapons the very moment that 3 count struck.
No one realised this was diplomacy in action. This
is diplomacy. Hogan has effectively brought peace to the Middle East.
George Bush was like, "We'll settle this in the ring, Saddam."
Yeah, that would be it.
You said
Hogan
your best man, I'll say my best man.
Oh, can you imagine if they had Crown Jewel in 1991?
Oh my God.
And Hogan versus Saddam Hussein. Can you imagine that?
Oh Lord.
Managed by Slick.
Yeah.
Susie comes out to Dr. Star music. Saddam coming out like the good father.
Oh my God.
The thing is, you could have got that guy who plays Saddam in the Make a Gun and stuff and the Hot Shots. Got that guy in. They could have paid for him easy to be in the crowd. Imagine that.
Yeah, would have been awesome.
That guy's just there, load of popcorn and where gold bling just dripping off him. It was amazing.
I've got down here as well. My last note is from about halfway through onwards, they make a big, massive noise again and again and again about having the largest pay-per-view audience.
Yeah,
and
they do, don't they? Yeah.
It's mentioned, and Gorilla Monsoon mentions it at when the closing moments for about the 100th time.
I don't know if that was that like an official fact.
I don't know. I think it's like done on, like maybe at the time it's done on like audience figures, but it's obviously been superseded
sort of
since. But yeah, it was just like every fight. Once they find that out, every 5 minutes, like the biggest pay-per-view audience, every single match has to be permeated of the second half of the show with this is the biggest pay-per-view audience, blah blah blah.
Biggest, whatever. Brr, 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 brr.
Yep, pretty much. Because you can tell that Vince is probably in the background going, "Tell them about the pay-per-view audience again."
Yeah. No, again. No, again. No, again.
Again. Pretty much, yeah. But there you go.
But, my last note was. What does Hulk wipe the blood from wipes his face with God's sake? Hulk wipes the blood from his face on the flag, like the American flag this time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, surely you'd find something else at ringside, surely.
You
like
probably would at least try before just bleeding all over your own country's flag.
Yeah, taking the flag, just wiping the sweat and blood off your face.
Yeah. But,
no, that's not how Hulk rolls.
It's not at all. Not at all.
No. So that was WrestleMania 7.
That is WrestleMania 7. We've got through it. 14 matches worth. I think we do it.
We're
all
through
right.
it.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
We managed to survive.
We survived, and now we get to the most important question of the episode. Where is this going on the glorious table?
I am just putting up the table a wee second.
Should I tell you where the WrestleManias are? We've done a few WrestleManias already.
We have.
So number 1, WrestleMania 8.
WrestleMania 8 remains at the top of the list, yeah.
Number 5 is WrestleMania 10.
Yep.
And then we go all the way down to number 20 for WrestleMania 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your kind of spectrum of WrestleManias so far.
Okay.
The question is it better than 10?
I
have...
I enjoyed it more than 10.
Whoa.
Well,
I mean, 10's only really got the ladder match to save it, and then Owen and Brett, I suppose.
Yeah. And don't forget Crush versus Macho Man. That's one of the matches.
Of course, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
but you're right. Other than that, it's got like a throwaway women's match, Adam Bomb versus Earthquake.
It's got the mixed tag crap.
Yeah, which is pretty awful. The 2 main events aren't exactly brilliant, and then you've got the Quebecers against Men on a Mission again. Not the best of matches. I don't think I've missed anything out.
But my argument would be as well is this showed 14 matches on it. At least a third of them were bullshit or non-finishes or just nothing.
As I they don't stick around for too long. The longer
I know, but they still stick around though.
Yeah, they're still there.
Not as if you sort of sat there half an hour later going, "Oh, this is shit." You know, they didn't make like Tito Santana versus the Mountie be like 20 minutes long or anything like that.
Well, yeah, okay.
But I say this one has only really got Warrior versus Macho as like a genuinely good match. The rest are all filler.
Savage. Okay, right. But it's not that far off. I would put it one below WrestleMania 10 in that case and have it as number 6.
So it's knocking down AEW All In.
It's knocking it All In. I think it's because of the sort of it wins over All In the fact of the nostalgia thing.
That makes sense.
So for me,
I feel like that's high to me.
Yeah.
Because that puts it 2 places above Canadian Stampede. I enjoyed that well more than this show.
Yeah, but because then Canadian Stampede's like 2 hours long and only has like 5 matches.
Yeah, that's why it's good.
All right, should all pay-per-views just have 5 matches and be 2 hours long?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I haven't got much free time in my life at the moment. I want to get through things as quickly as possible.
WrestleMania 12 for the next thing, then. Yeah.
Let's not do the pay-per-view that put me off wrestling.
Ends the podcast
for 3.5 years.
I mean, if the consensus is 6, I'll put it there. But I feel like me personally, I'll put it down lower.
All right.
I'll go with consensus in this one.
What have we got? What's after it? Sorry, hang on, I'm plugging myself in before my battery goes.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness!
Plug yourself in, Al.
Oh, is that a rumble there? Or are you just pleased to see us?
What else have we got? Sorry.
Right, number 1.
Yeah.
Is WrestleMania 8.
Right.
Number 2 is Wrestle Kingdom 8 in Tokyo Dome.
Right.
3 is Rumble. 3 is Rumble 92.
Yeah.
4 is SummerSlam 2002.
Okay.
5 is WrestleMania 10.
Yeah.
6 is AEW's All In.
Yeah.
7 is No Mercy 1999.
Oh, I think it was better than No Mercy. Yeah.
8 is the Canadian Stampede.
Yeah.
9 is ECW One Night Stand 2005.
Oh.
And 10 is Rumble 2000.
Oh.
That's your top 10 at the minute.
I mean, I don't agree with that order anyway. But there is some...
Well, you should be in a podcast that decides it.
Well, I don't know. What's
Vicious,
number 11?
brutal.
Number 11 is Beach Blast 92.
Well, it's fucking better than that. Although that wasn't terrible, was it? I'm getting mixed up with the other WCW events.
Yeah, we've done a lot of that.
WCW was like Euan's pick for like really good WCW, was it not?
It was.
It was really, and it was successful. I enjoyed Beach Blast 92.
I think the Savage match alone carries us quite some distance.
It does. I would agree.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's probably one of Hogan's best main events as well. I did enjoyed it.
Are we saying number 6 then? Are we sticking it in?
I think number 6.
WrestleMania 10.
Let's go with that.
What do you say, Al?
Yeah, I'll agree.
There we go.
It's going in number 6.
So the question looms.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Well, that's in my hands.
It is.
Bum, bum, bum.
I had a couple of thoughts regarding...
I don't have to watch any of it, yeah?
I'm going to disappoint you, Al. You're going to have to watch this one.
Oh, we've done too much watching, man. We never do classic ones anymore.
Al,
we've done too much watching.
Okay. So we're going to do an audiobook next time. No. So we've done a lot of WWF. We've done a lot of ECW. We've done ECW. We've done WCW. We've done some NWA, and I thought it would be quite fun to go back to the NWA. However, it's not the NWA that you're thinking of. We're going to the Nashville Fairgrounds June 19th, 2002 for NWA TNA's first ever pay-per-view.
Ooh.
Is it on the network?
It's on YouTube, Al.
Whoa, that's no. I put my foot down. That was not the agreement. The agreement was it had to be on the network when we started this podcast. Was it not? Was it not, boys? Was that not the agreement?
No.
I believe it was. You told me I couldn't have off the crap I wanted because it wasn't on the network.
You had bloody Brawl for All.
Brawl for All.
Sorry, is Brawl for All on the network? I think it is.
It shouldn't be.
In bits.
Still on there.
That you have to then go and find.
Takes you 2 seconds. Type in Brawl for All in the search engine.
And they were all terrible.
He's not wrong.
Well, it is in 20th place for a reason.
But it was on the network. It filled my contractual obligations of a pay-per-view that was on the network.
Al, as part of your contractual obligations that you pick shit all the time.
Yes, that is also part of my contractual obligations as well. I do not disappoint.
That you do not.
So that we're this is TNA's first pay-per-view.
Yes, this is their first ever of their weekly pay-per-views. This is
so this is like when they were doing like weekly pay-per-views as like as a format.
You might win me over. This is Bart Gunn in this.
I think so.
You might win me over. Jesus Christ.
There are a lot of wrestlers from all over the spectrum of time, Al, so I think you might enjoy this show. And the one thing as well is the show is under 2 hours.
Oh, you know what? I think this is our first TNA show as well.
It is.
It will be, yeah.
That's
We've been doing this.
It's not on the network. That's why we've never done one.
God.
Well, it's on YouTube. It's on the official Impact Wrestling channel, so it won't get taken down. It's under 2 hours, and it's got some hilarity on it. I'll say that much.
Well, I'll tell you something. Heroes of Wrestling's come up for one of my pick ones.
Yes! I want to review that. I've watched that show. It's an absolute train wreck, and I love it. Jake the Snake Roberts and his porno debuted live in pay-per-view.
Oh, wow.
He likes to play 22. Right.
Yes, he does.
Oh, my God.
Well, I've written it onto the list now, so it's official.
Yay.
We're going TNA.
We're going TNA.
We're going for total non-stop action? Question mark.
We'll soon find out.
We will.
Brilliant.
Wow, what a swerve that was.
Yep, I'm the wild card for a reason.
Well, if it's the one I think it is, we are treated to a Royal Rumble.
You are correct. It's a battle royal for the vacant NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Or it's, rather than battle royal, it's non-union Mexican equivalent. Because I'm sure they can't call it a Royal Rumble. I'm pretty certain they can't call it that.
We'll call it a regal.
Regal Rumbello. That's what.
A regal Ramash.
Regal Ramash.
Get that copyrighted. We'll steal that. That's good.
Yeah, we'll steal that. That's good.
I'm
just a very growly man going, "Welcome to the regal Ramash."
Sold.
Oh, God. It's also got the fantastic commentary team of Mike Tenay and Don West.
Oh, is this their first little out when the... Oh, Christ. Is Don West trying to shill, like, merchandise halfway through the show?
Well, he's basically shilling everything because this is the first show.
Brilliant. Oh, my God.
So people paid $10 to watch the show. This is the context. So the question is next time, was the show worth $10?
Or would they have to pay you $10 to watch it again?
Well, we'll find out.
Okay, that'll be. Look forward to that one for the next show.
It's going to be a belter.
Mm-hmm.
It will be. It will be,
as they say in Scotland.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. As me and Euan both look at you, Phil really confused.
Mm-hmm.
As if to say, what is he talking about?
I don't know. It's very late and I've had a very long day.
Fair enough.
Wow. We certainly talked about wrestling tonight, boys.
We did, and we managed to compress it into about an hour and 45 in total.
Something like that.
Something so, and I'll try and get it edited in 2 days and post it on Sunday.
Well, that's why we're trying to keep it concise for you, Phil.
Oh, thanks, guys.
See, we like to help you.
That's very kind. Certainly kept it concise with Al trying to guess some 92 for half an hour.
Yeah,
I knew we'd get it, but I should have started from the book back.
The start
or just naming all the things, which I'm sure was in The Simpsons, but I can't remember the exact thing where they kind of going through guessing everything. Well, cool.
Anyway.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'll keep that in there.
Yeah, that's all right. It's been a long day.
As all the energy just leaves the room entirely.
Yeah. So I think it's probably timely to say that we are living in a very, very strange time period. And I think the best advice I think we can all give everyone at the moment is to stop licking each other. It's not helping anything. Just resist.
Yeah, just look at the president.
Well,
he shouldn't have licked anybody else.
Well, apparently he's been transferred to hospital now, so if there is a God, come on, you know what to do.
Oh, I wouldn't wish death on him.
It's Donald Trump.
I still wouldn't wish death on him, but yeah.
Can I wish severe illness on him then?
Well, yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, good.
Or at least like being of the opinion that it's not a fucking hoax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like, oh yeah, he's like a 6-dimensional chess player. It's all like a big strategic plan. But then I kind of think, yeah, if he was like a big strategic thinker, he would have ran 2 casinos without getting them bankrupt.
Yeah. Pretty much. He wouldn't be banned from holding a position at a charity because he was ripping money off everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, people forget that bit. I'd imagine that the music will be playing over this bit now, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I want to go to bed. I'm really tired. Go away. Stop listening.
Join us on the aftercast where we take each other in bed. I'm not going to say that. That sounds terrible.
Oh, I am.
No.
I am podcasting next to my bed, so I can just lie down and go to sleep straight away, and it's fine.
Well, we'll let Phil go to bed then.
Yep. And we'll watch over him.
Yep,
Right,
you've got work in the morning, Cam.
Yeah, I know. So I better go to sleep myself soon.
Good night, Uncle Cam. Good night, Uncle Euan.
Good night.
Good night, John boy.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
I am genuinely lying down asleep in my bed now.
Well, just manage to switch your mic off, yeah? Because we don't want to be... hearing that.
All you hear is Careless Whisper come on. It's just like, oh no.
Listen. If you can hear Al in the bath, you can hear me sleeping.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
If you can hear little Al splashing around, you can listen to me having a snooze. That's how it works.
I'm glad I didn't hear little Al splashing around the bath, if you know what I mean.
Oh dear.
There you go. And as we finish, I get the cold opening sorted. Brilliant.
Toyota.